Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. Hope you're having a great day, a fantastic day even. So today we have a special topic for you which is called smooth tracking. So smooth as Michael Jackson, I don't know. And tracking of course is a skill which you need to, mimic the target speed. And well, smooth tracking sounds like, just get smooth aiming and you'll be an aim god, but there is more behind it. And what I mean with smooth tracking is more like an aiming strategy. And it specifically is for characters like Ashe, like Cree, mostly for these two, that actually have like click shooting, so they do not shoot like all the time, like, I don't know, like a soldier would, like brrrr, but they kind of have one single click per shot, and this single click, for some players, seems to mean like they need to flick the shots onto heads. And basically the same strategy applies to single shot weapons in different games, like in Apex, like in Warzone. There are also one-shot weapons. And people then think they need to train this flicking flicking mechanic, like you would do with Widowmaker, for example. Maybe you would do, maybe not. But I'm here today to tell you that this might not be the perfect strategy to aim with these weapons. I'm telling you that you actually want to not flick at all, but only track. 100% tracking. And that's why the training topic today is smooth tracking. So the goal of smooth tracking as training is that you don't move your mouse fast. Like, you're not allowed to move your mouse fast at all. You move it as slow as humanly possible. Of course, while aiming. Just to walk around corners, I don't care. They are not part of training, but while aiming. So I aim, and I do not flick on Sigma's head. I track, I click. And that is a goal. And there are basically 3 levels of it, so 3 levels of aiming. So first level would be like pure flicking, so you flick every single shot. Of course you don't need to do the back and forth motion to even flick onto target, and then stay the crosser. This is like flicking motion. Second would be that you have some sort of tracking, but then for the shot you make a micro flick at the end. And the third step, what I want to train today, is smooth tracking, where you track only. Even for clicking weapons like with Ashe, you still only track, you don't flick whatsoever. That is the training for today. Of course, it's very good if you have correct cluster placement. So of course, actually you can take your time with aim, you don't need to ape it. I could not walk through there with our team, that was bad, but it doesn't matter. So let's try once more. And this of course becomes harder the closer you get to the target. Just really focus to train yourself to be as slow as possible for the situation. Of course you want to mimic the speed of the Genji, and so if Genji is fast because it's close, well, you also need to be fast. But it doesn't mean you need to flick. You can also track fast targets, right? That was a small flick, was bad. Track more, track more. Focus on being slow with your movement. It mostly looks like a controller aim actually, where you also tend to not overflick it, but actually not allowed to fall down here. And this of course works best if you aim at animations, at movement locked animations. So like someone is jumping, you know exactly where he will go down. Force the ice roll early is important. But now, don't die. Here I flicked, I panicked. Bad for training. Resilient enemies, they don't want to die at all. Okay. We're doing quite fine. Scope accuracy is absolute garbage, so we're not doing fine. But that your accuracy actually goes down when you switch your aiming style is quite to be expected. And don't be kind of put back by it. Like, a training run is not a high score run. It's okay if your aim suffers a little bit from it. You will get better at one specific aspect of your aim. That is tracking the enemies better, so that the microflicks later can be smaller, and you're on animation locked things. You don't need to flick whatsoever. You could just track, and this just becomes very, very, very reliable. Like with flicks, they are a lot more inconsistent. They are like some days they work good, some days they work bad. They of course have their place. They have their advantage. Like they are ultra fast. They can like switch directions very fast, very good. If you get to jumps, you are very fast, very good reactions. But sometimes, you know, you don't have these abilities every day or the same level. But tracking is kind of the same every day, because character speed in Overwatch is the same every day. You really rely on just understanding how does a character move in Overwatch, and you just copy that speed, basically, with your crosshair. That's all. And that's why is this a lot more consistent. And that is why it's worthwhile training and increases your actually chance of hitting something. And also it trains additional things like crosshair placement, because you're not allowed to move fast. Couldn't get Bob through. Okay. Bob got headshotted. Unlucky. 6 scope critical hits, not too bad. Yeah, and the smooth tracking really trains many abilities with it. Because you force correct movement out of your hand. How are they breaking through when all of them are missing? Like, are you kidding me? That was a tough thing with Doofus there, to not flick. I flicked, so I messed up, but yeah, you need some training. And also, I have to say, I have not played Overwatch actually, Overwatch 1 especially for months, and executed it all for at least 5 days. So my aim today is actually very rusty. And you also see it in my stats. And this training is just, you know, if you take a break, your connections in your brain are softened a little bit, and that enables you to come back with good habits. So if you come back after a long time, let's really focus on creating the good habits and strengthening them, because then your bad habits will weaken and your good habits will stay. Do I need to bob here? I think not, right? Some health would be awesome. Can we help Diva? Isn't Bob here? We might suffer here a little bit. So we at least wasted enough time for us to regroup. Can someone go to point? That is perfectly fine. Let's go to Hawk. Exactly for this reason. Can you top me off so I can peek the Hanzo without fearing of body shot? I don't want to peek out there. I'm dying one of the other, which is perfect. Why? That was completely wasted. Okay, let's focus back on my training topic. Smooth tracking it is. Let's really focus on the tracking part and ignore the... Now I'm flicking like an idiot. The thing is that even if you get pressured, don't fall for starting to flick. Just keep tracking. That's fine. Even under pressure, even like this, you know, you lose a 1 minute soldier if you don't flick well, then you just lose the 1-on-1. No, it's not the end of the world. Just lose engagement. It's fine. I flicked here this two on the horse, especially on tanks. Flicking is completely unnecessary. If you need to flick on tanks, you're doing everything wrong, because tanks have tend to move a lot more predictable than DPS do. And also because of the bigger frame, if they actually switch directions right when you shoot at them, you still don't lose as much precision as with DPS. Because your head box is just bigger. Interesting. Always love to burn baby divas. They're annoying to hit otherwise. And hit something from outside. Okay. I was partly AFK, I know. You see, my critical hit rates are not bad, even after playing, not playing inclusive for so long. I'm still making a good round here. Let's not peek the widow still. Careful, they switch to widow. Oh, this is annoying. Oh well. Yeah, but we win this easily. GG, well played, guys. And so we win our first placement match. Ta-da! Smooth tracking for the win. So, thank you everyone for watching. Hope you learned something. If you have any questions, feel free to write it down into the comments. I will try to answer them all. Usually there are none, so it's easy. And yeah, we will repeat this training one more time. And again, this is like in Overwatch 1, might be a little bit boring, but the thing is that you are now in a phase where you're preparing for Overwatch 2. Maybe you want to pick up Soldier, where you have the railgun, and you kind of need to learn the transitions between Soldier's tracking with left click and then sniping with your right click, for example. And this small exercises just help really to build up your mouse control for things that matter. Yeah, and this is just one form of aiming that you can train. Specifically, really take one part of your aim, really train this one part to improve on this one part, and it will help you out in the long run. So thank everyone for watching. Hope you see you soon again. Remember, I'm streaming live on Twitch, usually between 8 and 10, Overwatch 2, as soon as it comes out. Yeah, have a great day. Bye bye. Oh no!